goes to one. I am the Phantom.
So we have Paul Glennie, who is Equip's latest principal, joining us to roll out our LED light offering. Great to have you here, Paul.
Thank you, Stephen. It's nice to be here.
Paul, could you give us a sense of your background and the journey you've been on with LED lighting?
Certainly. The journey through LEDs started when I picked up the role at Wellington City Council of looking after their streetlights and making that transition to LEDs that many of the councils in New Zealand are now looking at doing or have actually started. So prior to the council, I was working for a Wellington City Council, Hutt City Council CCO in the three water space, looking after asset management, some of their strategic work, bylaw reviews and education plans around water conservation and stormwater quality. Also included some resource consent application work managing Wellington City Council's stormwater discharge consent application.
And Paul, why is now the right time to be getting interested in LED lighting?
I think Stephen, that the timing is perfect for LEDs, or even critical at this stage, because to a large extent the P category lighting has matured to a point that there is very little extra gains to be made in that space that would prevent a council road control authority from moving forward in that investment. So the savings that can be made in that space through electricity consumption, maintenance and all of the ancillary bits that come with maintaining the existing lights is not going to get much better over the next couple of years. So moving forward now makes sense.
And has the LED technology got to a point where it's still risky, or how would you view that technology?
My view on that is that the technology is largely as good as it's going to get at this point in time. There may be another version of LED chips that comes out that marks a step forward in efficiency or efficacy, but from the New Zealand perspective, the cost of good LEDs is becoming more and more attractive, and that just makes sense to get in and get those savings now rather than hope for a better solution that may not actually turn up for another 5-10 years.
And Paul, what can our customers expect from Equip if they seek our support to implement LED as a package?
The approach that we have taken here is to present a straightforward discussion document that allows councils to engage with their elected officials and their communities on the benefits of LEDs, where savings and gains can be made in a more holistic view rather than just energy savings, because there are safety improvements as well. There's quality of light discussions that need to be put in front of the community, but also it meets NZTA's requirements for their business case requirements to get their 85% FAR investment.
And that's a change to the existing FAR rate. How significant is that, Paul?
I think it's significant. It's a big sign from NZTA that they are committed to the rolling out of LEDs. Naturally, as a part of the LED equation, this extends to a central management system as well. So it's timely for councils to look at the bigger investment of lights plus central management, which offers more future-proofing than just the new lights.
So what are the real benefits of CMS, and why would you go with the option of that over the next X years?
The risk of not going into the central management system space is largely around the opportunity cost. With a central management system, you can see if the lights fail, you can see how they depreciate over time, so you can see the light's performance very easily. You can direct maintenance as required. You can also change the lighting profile to turn the lights up or down based on specific environment needs. The ability to have fault reporting means that you no longer have to do lighting patrols, which if your council covers a larger footprint than some of the more metropolitan councils, then you are saving a lot of money in fuel, time and responding to incidents. It also means that you know when a light fails immediately, which means your contractor can respond the next day or through a better level of service. So really it's a level of service improvement, as well as the light providing better maintenance cycles in that you're not replacing lights. You may have to clean the lights every 4 or 5 years, depending on the environment you're operating in, but this can be managed through your CMS as well.
Great. And are there any other sort of future opportunities that a CMS might bring in terms of additional services that might relate to resilience or some of the changes that we're experiencing in our environment, Paul?
The big conversation with central management systems is that the network that is created to provide the lighting CMS also has the ability, if created properly, to allow for other smart technologies to be added. Now overseas this has seen things like rubbish bin sensors or stormwater drain sensors to show when they're in full flood, although you probably already know that from the rain, but also when to empty bins, cycle maintenance for particular assets and that sort of thing. The big issue is, as I alluded to before, the opportunity cost, in that there's a lot of technologies out there that are very much in the development stage that indicate that we just don't know the future of smart cities and where they may take us. If you do not have a central management system, it is going to be very cost prohibitive to go down this path retrospectively. The idea is that with installing a central management system, when you put in the lights, that you only have to go up the pole once, and that then enables you to tap into that electronic network, digital network, in the future as things develop.
What sort of learnings has the sector had nationally, Paul, and how is Equip offering some of those key learnings from some of the larger users who've brought in the experience to date from doing either the LED luminaires and or the CMS?
I think the key learnings are what drove us to the business case discussion document approach, in that a lot of councils are just too busy or under-resourced to be able to go out and facilitate themselves with the knowledge that comes with researching the LED CMS digital solution. So the discussion document that we're proposing through Equip is designed to be able to put a lot of that information in front of the councils and the street lighting managers, roading managers, and to an extent your environmental officers as well, to demonstrate what the true benefits and risks and consequences of installing LEDs in a central management system are. The document also discusses to a lesser extent the national benefits, because there are national benefits from going down this path, and one of the conversations that Equip is involved in very much so now is how we can bring multiple councils together to bundle a solution and provide a higher quality luminaire at a cheaper price through that purchasing power. And that will apply to the central management system conversation as well.
So if I'm hearing you rightly, Paul, we have the opportunity to leverage the sort of best experience that's happened already in New Zealand. We've had some conversations with Auckland around some of their expertise and experience. And again, what we're suggesting, if you're interested in following up with us, is to access Paul or myself at Equip, and for us to walk you through our proposal, our package, which can offer you end-to-end LED business case evaluation, assessment, modelling, as well as moving into a national opportunity to ensure we have the best lights at the best price with the best follow-up services. Paul, is that a fair summary? Is there anything that's missing in that conversation?
No, I think you've just touched on an important point, Stephen, in that while a well-priced luminaire would sound attractive to the purchaser, there are whole-of-life considerations that need to come into play as well, and ideally you will be looking for a luminaire that you've got a high level of confidence that it will last 20 years, 100,000 hours, if not plus. The addition to that is the warranty considerations, so that you're getting the best value for money in a warranty as well. The ability to bundle councils together gives us the ability to increase the purchasing power of the warranty as well, which means that smaller councils no longer have to be concerned about paying more for a smaller number of lights relative to some of the bigger councils.
Very good. So I hope that's been illuminating for you. It's certainly helped us to just get real clarity on the opportunity with LED. We know it's been talked about for some time, but Paul, I'm very excited to have you on board, the expertise you brought from Wellington City, and the expertise that we hope will come to yourself as a council, perhaps exploring this opportunity to give genuine service and value across the whole of the life of your lighting network to improve the experience of your citizens and ratepayers. So Paul, thank you again.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, we look forward to hearing from you to give you more assistance and information as you require. Thank you very much.
Thank you.